Innocn 15A1F 15.6 Portable Monitor Review. The Innocn 15A1F OLED panel has an attractive price point for its features, yet its resolution, size, and brightness is not quite enough to make it suitable for high dynamic range output. We would like to acknowledge Innocn for the packaging of the 15A1F, which effectively protects the panel. The screen is provided with 3 cables, 2 USB-C, one of which is for power, and an HDMI to mini HDMI. A fold-out blade USB-C wall PSU is included to use in areas where it is considered an acceptable substitute for a mains power connector. The review model was not supplied with a USB Type-A data cable and included an adapter to adapt the US blades to the UK power socket. For more consistent powered performance, we used a laptop USB Type-A PSU and sourced an additional USB Type-A data cable. The box also contains a support foot that fastens to a steel plate at the back of the screen using magnets. VESA is not an option due to the thinness of the panel, as any threading would risk damage to the electronics. The panel is lightweight at 725 grams with a support foot, creating a striking effect. The orientation of this screen can be changed to portrait mode due to the location of all the inputs on the left side, even though it has no orientation sensors. USB-C and mini HDMI are the 2 available input options on the 15A1F. It also has a power button and a rocker for OSD menu selection located on the top edge in landscape mode. There is no DisplayPort option present nor a 3.5mm audio jack, which may be disappointing to some users who plan to connect game consoles. One is impressed with the build quality of the display and support arm, yet simultaneously unimpressed with the cheap PSU Innocn that is included. The connected PC showed a notably vibrant Windows desktop, with dark blacks and intense colors. This display has a resolution of 1080p and a frequency range of 60 Hz, which may be insufficient for gamers but suitable for graphics and color work. The panel has an inherent design flaw, as it has been Innocn coated in a highly glossy glass finish which reflects bright light sources such as sunlight and overhead lighting. Testing an OLED display is different than testing an IPS or TN technology panel, as the image production and presentation methods vary. One potential limitation of cheaper panels is the number of elements in the associated lighting system, which can affect the consistency of illumination. OLED panels provide consistent lighting since every pixel has a dedicated light source, providing uniform brightness across the display. With a brightness rating of 400 nits, the panel reached 406.2 nits at its highest brightness setting according to our tests. While it's positive that it achieved these numbers, 400 nits are not enough to create an HDR image which requires 1000 lumens per square centimeter for the necessary level of contrast. OLED panels offer excellent color representation. This display has exceeded sRGB, Adobe RGB, and P3 gamut coverage specifications, with a considerably larger gamut volume. The gamut volume of the screen is 176.3% of sRGB, 12.5% of Adobe RGB, and 124.9% of DCI-P3, indicating that with proper calibration it should be possible to achieve satisfactory color accuracy in a well-lit space. The 15A1F OLED panel offers superior color representation, higher contrast levels, and consistent display compared to other screen technologies. The OSD offers the standard features, but its menu structure is fairly limited. To access the menu, you must use the power and volume rocker buttons together, which can make navigation challenging. This monitor requires a software version of that menu that is not currently offered by Innocn. The color potential of the 15A1F is difficult to evaluate, and debates arise regarding how beneficial a glossy 15.6-inch 1080p resolution panel would be for those employed in color correction or artistic design. Designers usually require displays of at least 28 to 32 inches, with resolutions of 1440p or 4K, instead of 1080p. While this panel may be useful in some cases, it is important to consider the size of the screen and the number of pixels when selecting a model that can meet your goals. We recommend purchasing a suitable soft sleeve to transport the 15A1F. Not attaching the foot to the panel may result in scratching of both the screen and PSU. The 15A1F and the accompanying cables should be stored away separately. The cost of this design is an attractive feature, providing OLED technology at a price that many can afford. Lowering the cost of this technology is advantageous.